Good afternoon. Here is national news from our studio, BGI TV, Babagbalode Imo TV. I'm Sanit Olakomi with my colleague.
I am Morire Rebila Lawal. Thank you for joining us for the national news, and here are the major headlines as first stories. Insecurity, go after terrorists, bandits now, Buhari orders service chiefs.
Why Sanwo-Olu, federal government can't reject Lagos NSAS report, Falana.
One killed, 13 hospitalized in Taraba cholera outbreak.
Abuja residents, organizations beg to uphold sanity.
Oil spills, stiffer penalties coming for oil firms, FG.
There is no provision for 5,000 monthly allowance in 2022 budget, Senator Adeola.
And the news is details now. President Muhammadu Buhari yesterday rose from a national security meeting with service chiefs and heads of other service and security agencies with a charge on them to go after the terrorists and bandits terrorizing Nigerians, especially on the highways. According to him, security operatives will not rest until Nigerians are at peace. The president's order came as members of the House of Representatives from Kaduna State also yesterday raised an alarm over the security threat, kidnappings, and killings along the Abuja-Kaduna highway. Buhari, who spoke against the backdrop of frequent attacks on travelers on Abuja-Kaduna highway and other expressways in the country, also expressed delight over the free and fair gubernatorial election, which held recently in Anambra, and the roles played by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), and reassured that nothing would threaten the 2023 general elections.
Human rights lawyer Mr. Femi Falana SAN yesterday urged Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State not to be pressurized in jettison the report of the Lagos State Judicial Panel of Inquiry and Restriction to investigate cases of police brutality and the incidents of October 20, 2022 in Lekki Toll Gate. He also tackled the federal government for faulting the report, insisting that it is not competent to reject the report. Falana spoke when some leaders of the Committee for the Defense of Human Rights CDHR visited him in Lagos. The legal luminary, however, all the four-member committee headed by the State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Mr. Moyosore Onigbanjo, SAN, not to tamper with the reports of the panel. He said, according to the Tribunes of Inquiry Laws of Lagos State 2015, the Justice Doris Okowombi Commission of Police inquiry was instituted by the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, last year to probe sundry allegations of police brutality in the state.
One person has been killed with 13 others hospitalized following cholera outbreak in Gen Hardiro community of Karim Lamido, local government area of Taraba State. Chairman of the LGA, Marcus Amidu, on Thursday confirmed the incident to press personnel in Jalingo, the state capital. He added that efforts are on to rescue all infected persons in the hospital. It was recorded yesterday that one person died and 13 others hospitalized. I really sympathize with the victims, and henceforth we will not fold our hands in the struggle to cure them and the area from the ailment, Amidu said. He said the cause of the cholera outbreak in the area is yet to be ascertained. This is coming 3 months after a similar outbreak was reported in Tela, local government area of Taraba State, where 7 persons were killed and many others hospitalized.
The Permanent Secretary of the Federal Capital Territory Administration (FCTA), Mr. Olusade Adesola, has called on the residents, government agencies, and private organizations to uphold the sanity be enjoyed in city. He asked them to help the administration in beautifying and maintaining the city's green areas, open spaces, and buffer zones as part of the Corporate Social Responsibility (CSR). The Permanent Secretary made the call during an interactive meeting with different private organizations and government agencies in his office. According to him, even though the FCT administration has over the years done extremely well to maintain and beautify the city's green areas, open spaces and buffer zones. It has become necessary to bring on board relevant stakeholders in the territory to contribute their culture to further improve the territory's aesthetic.
The federal government yesterday described the devastation done to the Niger Delta community and environment by oil and gas production, activities, and accidents as something comparable to the site of Hiroshima in Japan after World War II, and announced plans to institute stiffer punishment for companies involved in oil spillage in the country. Minister of State for Environment, Mrs. Sharon Ikeazo, will disclose these at the weekly ministerial press briefing organized by the Presidential Villa. Abuja said the level of devastation in the Niger Delta is massive, adding that our office is planning to meet stakeholders in Ogoniland on the ongoing cleanup exercise to get their own assessment on how far government had gone. She described the situation as terrible, hinting that the federal government is working on strengthening legal regulations guiding responses and trespasses to all spills and similar accidents. Meanwhile, it was reported that Nigeria has recorded no fewer than 4,919 oil spills in the last 6 years. Again, Ikeazo indicated that the government is working to create alternative livelihood for local communities to put a halt to illegal activities that lead to sabotage of oil.
The Chairman Senate Committee on Finance, Senator Solomon Adeola, has disclosed that there is no provision in the 2022 budget for the monthly 5,000 transportation allowance for 40 million Nigerians intended to cushion the effect on the planned petroleum subsidy removal. Speaking to journalists after submitting his committee's 2022 budget on Wednesday, Senator Adeola said before the executive can embark on such intervention, the proposal must come to the National Assembly for approval. He explained that there is no way the executive will take a undilated decision on a program that is expected to go 2.4 trillion naira without getting the approval of the National Assembly. I don't want to go into details. If there is something like that, a document to come to the National Assembly, and how do they want to identify the identity of the beneficiaries? This is not provided for in the 2022 budget proposal, which is 2.4 trillion naira, the lawmaker declared.
That was the national news from our studio. Stay tuned for the Yoruba version shortly after the news. But before we go, a quick retake for the headlines once again. Insecurity, go after terrorists, bandits. Now, Buhari orders service chiefs.
Abuja resident organization beg to uphold sanity.
1 killed, 13 hospitalized in Taraba cholera outbreak.
Why Sanwo-Olu federal government can reject Lagos NSAS report. Falana.
And we've also brought to you oil spills, stiffer penalties coming for oil firms, FG.
There is no provision for 5,000 monthly allowance in 2022 budget, Senator Adeola.
For online or more of our broadcasts to come and the ones we've done, you can link up on 3 basic social medias on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. On YouTube, Baba Bagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell for more updates of our broadcast. And on Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow. As soon as you like and follow, you are already a member of the family of BGI TV for more updates. And on Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. And for advert placement of goods and services and products, and for event coverage and functions, the phone number to the marketing department 070-3822-6160. Thanking you for watching. I am yours faithfully, Modere Rebila Lawal.
Thanks for listening. I'm Sanwo-Olu.